Hey y'all, it's the NoNonsense Financial Coach. Had a follow-up to my video from last night where you all got to meet Sven and we had our little fireside chat. It's kind of a part two, a little bit of a different subject related to knowing your weaknesses and knowing your strengths. What I want to talk about is being teachable, and a little bit more than being teachable is being teachable, but then actively seeking education, actively seeking teaching materials, actively seeking teachers, and beyond that, letting them speak into your life, whether it's kind of a impartial medium of just watching YouTube videos and reading books, or find people that you know that are succeeding. You have to know somebody, at least one person, somewhere in your world, sphere of influence, that is winning with budgeting and is winning with finances, and winning at other parts of their life. So the first part of this is be teachable, okay? In my last video, I referenced, people's dumpster fires and how they'll just stand in front of them with them blazing and setting other stuff on fire, and they just will convince anybody they can find that they're okay and everything's fine. It's not good. Be willing to admit that what you're doing isn't working, okay? If you are up to your nose in debt and living paycheck to paycheck, here's a dose of reality. Almost 80% of Americans, at least the last statistic I checked, are living paycheck to paycheck. That is just ridiculous to me, okay? 8 out of 10 people that you know, which some of them are engineers and some of them are doctors and some of them are lawyers and some of them have their own businesses that are doing really well financially, are still living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, so what we are doing as Americans, and this references America specifically, some people might be watching this outside of the country, but I would imagine the statistics hold pretty much the same, barring a few exceptions. We're not winning. It's not working well for us. We need to do something different, and that's the old definition of insanity: is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting different results each time. Again, with admitting your weaknesses, like we talked about in the last video, admit what's not working and be okay with that. Everybody lives in this Instagram space where they'll post 2 or 3 pictures a day, but the reality is that they took 100 pictures that were terrible to get those 2 or 3 good ones, and then they post that as if this is what my life is like. It's these perfect 2 or 3 pictures, when in reality, it's 97 pictures that aren't flattering. And we just gotta own it. It's okay that you're messed up, but it's not okay to stay messed up. I don't have a ton of exposure to substance abuse recovery, but I've been involved in various aspects in churches and programs outside of churches with people I know. The first step is admitting you have a problem. We as Americans have a problem. It's a big problem. 80% of us don't understand personal finances, and we don't understand retirement, we don't understand emergency funds, and we don't understand credit and credit risk management and credit scores, and like how to give those dollars that we make, those hard-earned dollars, little missions so that they can go out and accomplish those missions. Reference back to one of my older videos about giving your dollars missions. It was in the zero-based budget. Go watch that video. It's on the channel from a week ago or something. Wow, rabbit trail. So be teachable, okay? Admit you've got a problem. Admit you've made mistakes. Admit that it's not working, okay? It's because 8 out of 10 people that you know who are earning lots of money, who are doing really well for themselves, as far as that's not gonna work. Sorry guys, my mobile office strikes again. Just admit that it's not working and be okay with changing. And that's the other thing is, I love Dave Ramsey. He's his sense of humor when it comes to this stuff is just right up my alley. In one of the Financial Peace University lessons, he says people's financial situations are like It's like a toddler with a poopy diaper. They know it stinks, they know it's disgusting, but it's warm and it's mine. And that's how people act with their finances. They're like, I know it's a mess, I know it's a dumpster fire, but it's mine, and it's familiar, and it's comfortable. Well, familiar and comfortable is leaving you broke and without money and without a plan, and it's just not working. So just admit it. It's fine. We're all in this together, okay? We're all in this together. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. How's that for some karaoke? So admit you have a problem. Reference the last video. Admit you have weaknesses, but don't be okay with staying there. Okay, so that's the first part. The second part is being teachable, and then finding people to teach you. Okay, and it can be this, like me with my infinitely valuable wisdom, that's worth what you pay for it. It could be other financial coaching channels. I'm always going to send people to Dave Ramsey, even though I'm Dave-ish, and I agree with him for the most part. I differ on a couple things, and that's okay. Dave Ramsey is a great resource. Financial Peace University, their website, their YouTube channel. Listen to the radio show, guys, and be teachable. Be willing to admit that, well, I believe that you should do this and that, and X, Y, and Z, and then I'm going to say, well, how's that working for you? Well, I've got 17 different loans and 53 credit cards that have reasonable balances on them, and I got my mortgage on a 57-year because the payments were lower that way, and I'm only paying 7% interest on my mortgage for the next 57 years, so my $100,000 home is going to cost me $1.2 million. It's a dumpster fire. Flames, fire. It's not working for you, so just admit it, okay? Be willing to change. Be teachable. Find someone to teach you. And then learn it and do it. The other thing is, a lot of people just don't know, and that's what I'm discovering as I go through this, because I'm talking with more and more people, and it's not so much that they're like willfully being ignorant. It's just that nobody ever taught them, nobody ever showed them, and it's one of those deals where it's like, when you don't know enough about a topic, you don't know what questions to ask. It's like, I don't know enough to know where my deficiencies are. I don't know enough to know what the right question is to ask. Start learning. Be a lifelong learner. And that's what I tell people that all the time, and they just don't get it. They're like, I went to school to learn. No. That was a very small subset of knowledge that you need to have. There's so much more that you need to know for succeeding in these different parts of our lives. Be a lifelong learner. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Watch documentaries, and just understand, like I said, guys, 8 out of 10 people are living paycheck to paycheck. They might look like they're doing okay. They got a nice shiny house with a bright red door, and there's a BMW sitting out front. Well, it's all financed, and they're barely floating because they're paying extra for stuff in interest charges. It's not working. So we got to start doing something different, and we got to do it together. Okay? No one's an island. I'm here for you. There's other people out there that are here for you. I want you to win. I want to help you win. But you got to take a little bit of initiative. You got to start learning. You got to start educating yourself. Admit your weaknesses. And seek out knowledge. Seek out truth. Seek out wisdom. And then once you've found it, do it. Right? You can do it. I did it. We paid off all the dollars in debt from some past stuff. A lot of it was medical related, and we got out of it. We cash flowed 2 vehicles, cash flowed a baby, a little baby girl, love her, an adoption, and we did it. We just stuck to the plan, and we did it, and you can do it too. I believe in you. Okay, so be teachable, be willing to admit that your dumpster fire is not going so well. Find some resources, get it put out, and get on the right track of learning and educating yourself and wisdom. And you can do it. Okay? I believe in you guys. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below if you have questions. Like Andrew. why are your glasses so scratched up and dirty? Well, I'm really rough on glasses, and I'm about due for a new pair. And I'm going to pay cash for them. I'm not going to finance them because that's dumb, right? Yeah, I'm super rough on glasses, so I know all you are thinking, Andrew, clean your glasses. Well, I can't. These are all scratches, all that stuff you see in there. I'm going to get some new ones. Like, share, comment, subscribe, guys. I hope, if nothing else, you stay entertained with these videos. I really do. But I want you guys to learn something. And I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next time. Maybe go back to some specific budgeting tips. Maybe I'll share how I saved a ton of money on lunches. Maybe we'll talk about that. Taco Bell's involved. It was rough, guys. But you can get through it. See ya!